All right, man. Looks like we got a in-depth video. So G Herb and Nacho, I said Nacho, G Herbo and DJ Akademiks seem like they got a little battle going on. So G Herbo wants to hurt DJ Akademiks for saying this about him. Let's see what Flacco got to say. And why Flacco don't stutter when he's doing his live stream? Maybe he be cutting. Because don't he have like a bad stutter problem? Anyway.
Akademiks is currently involved in some huge drama with G Herbo and other Chicago artists. This week particularly, there's been a considerable amount of Akademiks hate going around. I don't know if it's something that's in the water, but a lot of people called out Akademiks this week.
Nigga, everybody call out Akademiks. Akademiks be doing some. Is it 2 minutes yet? Yeah, I can't cuss. He be doing some F stuff. He be doing some F stuff. So what you mean just now? Everybody call out Akademiks. I call out Akademiks every day.
G Herbo, another Chicago artist called Prince Dre. You even had Jaguar Wright call out Akademiks. Now, in the case of G Herbo and Prince Dre, they called out Akademiks for his coverage on war in Iraq.
What do you make of like the content creators that have made careers basically off of you guys? Like Akademiks or Vlad, or like people that are like people that cover you guys and have like made money off of it.
See, if I was type of, I don't give a about that shit. If I did, I'd probably be like, yeah, you know, cut me in or do something. Like, I feel like all those kind of guys, what they should do is give to a non-profit organization in Chicago that I'm gonna challenge them to do that. Like Akademiks, Vlad, all you niggas that done made money off of culture and people dying and bloodshed and shit like that. Go donate $20,000 or $50,000 to a non-profit organization that focus on just the betterment of kids. That's my opinion, personal opinion.
He's awake.
Yeah. And
what do you make of that guy, Akademiks?
Akademiks. Like
it's a little bit like his
cool.
life.
Like, I fuck though. Like me, Akademiks. We done met. We chopped it up. We done interviews. But like, I'm not gonna like see me being a man. I don't agree with everything he does, and that's okay. You can agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? But like, he just Akademiks, bro. Like,
you don't think being an adult man as a man, and he's like
an adult man as a man is certain shit you shouldn't do and you shouldn't say.
Well, he's just giving it. He's like my liege, my sword. He's like he's just sucking up to other men. Like
G Herbo has the right to feel how he feels. G Herbo came from those communities that was affected, and there's no one place to tell the victim or to tell the offended party how to be offended. So from G Herbo's perspective, I don't have no issue with what G Herbo was saying. Now, I would say that Freeland added some spice to it when G Herbo was trying to be mature. G Herbo even said, hey, man, me and Akademiks met. We talked. It's all good. I F with him. So Freeland, like, added some extra sauce to it, and then he's about to continue to ad hominem attacks. Now, this is where I think it went wrong at, right? Where Freeland begins to call Akademiks a B and call him out of his name. And what G Herbo said,
which is well-deserved in my opinion.
She just got thrown in the mix of what Adam says, and then it got taken as a diss when I don't think G Herbo was dissing Akademiks.
Yeah, it's like
it's like kind of a crazy life.
It's like and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna just leave it at that. Like he pick and choose when he wanna be like a real or aggressor or say certain shit that's just like your moral code should never allow you to say. Yeah. You can't pick and choose like on Wednesday I'm gonna say some shit super outrageous, then Thursday I'm like a real like, well, I'm cool. I'm saying like you can't do that because as a man, you got to be held accountable for what you say. So in certain situations, if somebody holds you accountable for that, you got to accept what come with that accountability. You know what I'm saying? You can't shy away from it. You can't do no other shit. Yeah, and I'm glad you saying this. I'm not saying it.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. Akademiks, you're on notice. You owe $100,000 to what organization?
Any organization. You pick one, man. Yeah, 100 because you done made so much money off this. Y'all go donate $100,000. 100. Write that shit off for y'all taxes, bro.
And if you don't, you're
what? Say it. Land the plane. Land the plane.
Akademiks, you're a real bitch. If you have problems, you can take it up on the Adam Freeland show, DJ Akademiks. You can. I will sit down with you in the most intellectual style.
And I'll be there in the middle to mediate.
Yeah. No, I don't even need you. That is one I feel like I can handle myself. I can handle that one. All right.
I actually watched this full interview because I enjoyed the interview. So because I watched the clip in its entirety and not just the chopped up version going around, I know that G Herbo didn't really diss Akademiks. He didn't really say nothing bad about Akademiks. Now, do I believe asking Akademiks to donate $100,000 because he talked about?
Now, Ak, how you gonna let that white boy call you out like that? Now, come on, Ak. If you don't crash out on that white boy, yeah, we know what time it is, boy. You better crash out on that white boy.
About certain issues, I don't think that's fair because, bro, that's a slippery slope. Like that could apply to almost anything, right? Yo, like, dude, I don't know. Do Joe Rogan owe Israel $1 million because Joe Rogan talk about Israel all the time, right? So that's a slippery slope, you know. Yeah, but G Herbo didn't say anything wrong. But Adam Freeland and his ad hominem attacks and personal attacks, G Herbo just got thrown in the mix, and that's why I believe Akademiks responded back as viciously as Akademiks responded back because G Herbo was kind of calling him out. Adam Freeland called him a B. Akademiks just said, "All right, bro, y'all can both get it." So Akademiks went on live stream and he had a few choice words for G Herbo. And here's what Akademiks had to say.
Okay, to whoever this idiot is, the idea that me or Vlad made our careers off of Chicago is utterly ludicrous. I would get into further explaining it, but why? And that's going to be my demeanor with a lot of this. Because
honestly, this war anti-Iraq situation is a lose-lose no matter how you choose to respond to it. If Akademiks' goal is to make the conversation go away, not really have to answer to it often, then he probably would be correct in probably not responding back or giving it any energy. Because when you respond whenever somebody calls you out for it, all that does is it incentivizes other people to call you out for it. And in the case of Akademiks, he has apologized in the past. He has had the conversations in the past. He's owned up to it in the past. And he has given people room to come and confront him about it. But once you do that, his expectation was, once I do this, it will go away. Once I do this, these people will no longer feel the need to call me out on it. But once Akademiks is now seeing that's not the case, right? Like, no matter how many conversations I have, it's never going to go away. Now Akademiks is taking the approach of, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm no longer going to feed into it. Now, like, I have probably more knowledge of Akademiks' career than most people. So, no, Akademiks didn't blow up off of War anti-Iraq. War anti-Iraq was very crucial and pivotal to creating a community surrounding DJ Akademiks, right? Like the Chat Ninja, like the chat formed from the War anti-Iraq community. But Akademiks, like, kind of got his foot in, by reposting the Breakfast Club clips. That got him a lot of subscribers. And then the mainstream news got him a lot of subscribers. Like, Akademiks' mainstream news always outperformed the War anti-Iraq series. But the War anti-Iraq series was so niche and so specific that that's what set Akademiks apart from all the other bloggers. Now, Akademiks will address G Herbo specifically, and he would essentially say, listen, if I'm accountable, if I'm responsible for deaths because I covered War anti-Iraq, then he would also put blame on G Herbo for his music and his other actions in the community.
Nas be there in the middle to mediate.
yeah, whoever this nigga, you're not relevant enough for me to even be in the same room as you. Just let you know that's Big Ak, not the little one. I'll say this. First and foremost, let me give a proper address. The days of any Chicago rapper resident or anybody who comes from Chicago, period, trying to either guilt or try to make somebody like me feel that I owe y'all nothing is over. So if you want the proper response, that worked at a time where I thought there could be everyone wanted to increase and be better as people. Number one, I'm all for giving back. I'm all for charity. I'm all for giving back to the culture in no matter what way. It could either be lending your platform, it could be donating your money or resources. I'm all for giving back. I'm not for virtue signaling, soapboxing, or making people feel like you're undeserving. Also, I'm not for people thinking that anyone who's created a legit business who has profited from hip hop in general doesn't deserve it. So I'll say this, and this is my official response. Anything from Chicago, if you have a request for me to donate my time, my resources, my money, or whatever, because you feel I owe it to Chicago, to your neighborhood, to this other person, off. End of conversation. Off. Okay? I've tried to placate with y'all for like years. I used to be sitting there listening to y'all tell me this and well, you gave this guy a nickname. I get it. I've spoken in length about how I could have done the War in Chirac better. The War in Chirac is not the genesis of my career. It's not the biggest thing that propelled my career, but it is something that is notable in my career. I'm not here to give no more apologies. No more apologies. But what I am here to do is to speak directly to people like G Herbo. G Herbo, check this out. You perpetuate this bull when you talk to niggas like that and you say dumb shit like that. So you're telling me the media guy who covered the nonsense that you guys propagated, the beefs that you guys stirred up. By the way, all while this happened, you noticed that after stop investing in that Chicago scene, which rapper been popping from there? Not one. Half the reason y'all got a career is because there was media that covered y'all. But none of y'all take that accountability. Y'all think the people who covered y'all owe it to the people, but y'all don't owe shit. Why? Because you live there. Y'all made the music that we were reporting on. Y'all gave us the things and the content we were talking about. Y'all did all of these things. Y'all, or the people associated, y'all did all the killings. We never killed nobody. And if y'all want to go with this whole, you gaslit it, this and third, well, I gaslit your career too. So you're gonna give me credit for would you be sitting there if it wasn't for me? Would any of y'all be sitting there? Also, let's just talk about this. We're giving blame. Does Lil Durk owe all his money to FBG Duck? Because we're talking about people who damn near died and catapulting your career and your platform off of someone's death. Should Chief Keef give all his money to Tuka? When you start making that challenge to those people, but y'all never talk to rappers, this is why I don't like that. And this is why I stop apologizing to y'all. This Big Ak, never little one. It's over.
Akademiks helped the Chicago scene a lot. Akademiks made it really, really, really visible. Akademiks caught on to the wave when it was really early. But do I see a world where Chief Keef and Lil Durk and G Herbo become mainstream rap artists or become as successful as they are without Akademiks coverage? I do, right? I don't think that without Akademiks, they wouldn't be stars. I do think Akademiks accelerated the process. Like, Akademiks made it really visible, but their wave was already like bubbling, right? Like, Chief Keef was already on his way to becoming massive. There was already a culture shift going on. I do believe Akademiks accelerated the path for the other guys, right? Like, Akademiks made us care about like the Rondo number 9s. You feel me? Akademiks made us care, about the E-Days and C-Days, right? The miscellaneous characters. But for the leaders like Chief Keef and others, I feel like they were already on their way to becoming what they were, right? But Akademiks did make us care about the other people, and the other people, I believe he gave careers. So Akademiks is right in that aspect of it. Now, why I wouldn't say, hey, the rappers like Lil Durk, Chief Keef, or G Herbo, why I'm reluctant to say you can't call out something unless you're living a perfect life, because that would essentially disqualify almost every one of us from having opinions, right? Like, for example, if I say, hey, bruh, I can't call out BB for starving children, then BB can say, hold on. Have you ever blackballed an op? Hold on. Have you ever taken food out of your enemy's mouth? Well, I'm probably guilty of that, right? But I can still say, hold on, even though I've done my wrongs, even though I've probably, have made my enemy's life a little bit more difficult, I can still say, hey, bro, starving children is wrong. So I'm reluctant to say that unless you live a perfect life, you can't call something out. But I would say that if Akademiks brought G Herbo on his show and they had that conversation for about 3 hours, it's kind of like now it's like, is going on Adam Freeland and saying this the most productive? Probably not.
Y'all made y'all careers off of hyping up death, dysfunction, dissing people. For years, we thought Keith keeps sending his whole bank account to Tuka's mom. Half of y'all have lifted y'all own platforms off of y'all op. We have 1 million people who died over there that we could just attribute your career to. And that's why people are being intrigued. Also, here's the thing. I don't like virtue signaling in any type of form. G Herbo, you were just caught up in a Fed case where you were accused of embezzling and stealing funds, $1.5 million. You bought private jets, luxury puppies, went on vacations to Jamaica and all that type of stuff all around the world. You only had to pay back $100,000 in restitution. What happened to the other $1.4 million? Don't you think you should give that back to the grandmas who y'all stole their credit cards? I could read through it. This is a federal document. Please don't ever tell nobody what they should be doing with their money, time, or any resources until you take accountability. You guys lack accountability. I got all the facts here. Y'all can't talk me into no fucking corner. Look, when you instead of saying I should go donate, y'all spent $14,000 on a villa, $34,000 on expensive cars. This was money that was stolen from old grandma credit cards who swiped their cars in the hood. Y'all stole $1.5 million. Y'all stole $1.5 million. Due to your plea deal, you were ordered to pay $140,000. So you really owe $1.3 million. Don't talk about me yet. Let's talk about you. Are you going to donate? If you donate $1.3 million, I'll donate $100,000. Because the $1.3 million that we're talking about with you, y'all stole and bought private jets and y'all didn't work hard for it. Y'all stole stolen credit cards to buy expensive puppies.
Akademiks TV also launched a full-on war on G Herbo on Twitter. So Akademiks TV was like, someone asked G Herbo, why didn't he, let's go right here, man. Somebody asked G Herbo, why didn't he focus on the betterment of kids when he was writing this? Chat, who y'all think contributed to the death of black men more? Jeffrey Dahmers or G Hubert? And the line is, copy, paste, delete ninjas, can't wait till we see ninjas. Who wants smoke is free. All the opera sweet swishers, hop out middle of the street, hit him. Soon as he fall off his feet, kill him. Right. And they didn't stop here. All right. They even reposted a video of G Herbo being arrested for domestic violence. They write, body cam footage has service of convicted wire fraud felon Herbert, right, aka G Herbo, being arrested after assaulting Shade Room personality Ari Fletcher. This is why I say Adam Freeland did this conversation such an injustice, man, because G Herbo was on the path of articulating himself that was non-confrontational. G Herbo was doing a very good job at conveying his message, at articulating himself in a path that if Ak would have seen just what G Herbo said, it wouldn't have been confrontational. This wouldn't have happened. Now, because of what Adam Freeland said, Akademiks TV has probably gone too far to now G Herbo ain't really trying to have a conversation. Now he feels like it's up. Akademiks feels like it's up. Y'all let me know. Yo, what do you guys think is the right way to have this conversation?
Well, that's interesting, man. It look like G Herbo and Akademiks is at war again. So y'all leave a comment down below, man. Very interesting. I will definitely be paying attention to this little battle. So y'all leave a comment down below. It's your boy, the MD, signing out.